Hey, what's up guys? Bone here, bringing you another Black Ops 3 gameplay, and today this is going to be another continuation from the last video, so it's going to be another gun review. We're going to be looking at the Man of War Assault Rifle today. This is such a beastly gun to use, there isn't many downfalls for this gun, but I'll get onto that later on in the video. Before we get started with that review, I just wanted to mention a bit about the gameplay you guys are seeing. This was a domination match on Metro. I find that this map is pretty much like a rectangle. You have a middle section, which is where most of the magic happens. It is where the B flag is, so there's going to be a lot of action there. And then you have a left side and right side where people like to go to be a sneaky beaver. They'll slip through on either side and come around the back and take out your team, which can get very annoying. So having good score streaks on is advised, so you can find those sneaky beavers. But you can have whatever you want on too as well. So on that note, I think I was only able to get this, pull off this sort of gameplay because of the streaks I had on. I had the UAV to start off. This is such an important streak to have on, as most people haven't yet got to the level to unlock Ghost, or they haven't prestige yet to permanently unlock it. And quite a lot of people, if they have unlocked it, they've got the level for it. They don't seem to have it on as one of their perks. So having a UAV on is very good because it will show you where they are on the map, give you a rough idea when the spawns flip, which it does quite a few times in this video. I then have the Cerberus on, which I use to be an annoyance for the other team. If I can, I'll try it and call it in near the other team's spawn, just so they can get distracted, make it easier for us to control the map. And the last streak I had on is a HATR, which in previous games it's been called a Blackbird and a VSAT, for example. If you do manage to get this streak, it is like a gold mine. It constantly shows you where the other team is, which for domination, like I said about the spawn flips and where they spawn, it is so helpful. You can always, if you're capturing B for example, you could just sit there, look to where they're spawning, and then just pop off anyone that comes around or peeks at you. So without these streaks, I have no doubt that someone would have come around the side and picked me off. So that's the gameplay side of things. Now onto the actual gun itself. It's the 5th gun to be unlocked in the assault rifles, which can be a bit annoying waiting for it to be unlocked. But when you have unlocked it, it is a nice gun to have as either your primary gun to use, or even have it as a backup gun if you are failing with another gun that you're testing out. I don't know what you guys would be doing, but it is a fully automatic gun with very good damage. It's actually the second highest in damage out of all the assault rifles. It is behind the, I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's behind the single fire assault rifle, which is a bit like a sniper. It's got so much damage, but its damage is the best in its class, its own class. This gun can be used as an all-round gun. It can be used close quarter combat. It can be used in long distance gunfights. You name it, it can do it. It has very good accuracy for most distances. However, I do find that there is a slight kick when you first fire it. So for long distance gunfights, that can be a bit of an issue when it kicks out, because you'll start missing the player. So you can just tap the trigger and it will fire constantly in a straight line, which could be helpful. I don't know if you guys do that already, but that is a nice little tip for you if you want to win those long gunfights. Apart from the little kick, you can actually get used to it. It will always kick a certain way and you can just counteract it. So once you get used to that, the gun can be very effective. It does have a slow rate of fire. That doesn't really matter as the damage makes up for it. Now when it comes to what attachments to have on this gun, it really is all about your personal preferences. Even I don't know which combinations to have on it at the moment. I never know whether to have the red dot sight on it or change that with the stock attachment. On Black Ops 3 though, I've noticed that the stock attachment isn't all that good compared to previous games. Even when I have it attached, it still feels very slow, very sluggish. I don't know if that's just me or if you guys feel the same way, so I don't really bother with that. I tend to stay away from that attachment now. And if I do get it unlocked, and when I have it unlocked, I'll probably have the long barrel on it instead, because I don't know if that, I think that increases the range, better damage overall across long distance maps, long distance gunfights. So most of the time my attachments will tend to be the red dot sight, because for me personally, I shoot better, I shoot with more accuracy when I have a red dot sight on any of my assault rifles. But in this gameplay, I didn't have the red dot sight on. I think I had the stock on instead. I think I was testing it out, so that's why I haven't got it on this gameplay. I next have the quick draw on. This is something that I'll have on every single gun. There won't be a gun which I won't have this on. In Black Ops 3, the two main things I have on my guns are the quick draw and grip. They're always the things I have on. I like to have the quick draw on just because I like to zoom in super fast So my first bullets are actually shooting where I want them to go. And in particular for this game, Black Ops 3, I feel that the grip, like I said a minute ago, is a must-have on these guns. You can completely tell the difference when you've got a grip on to when you don't have a grip, because the recoil is incredible when you don't have it on. So like I said, for long distance gunfights, you will get that extra few bullets in before the recoil starts to get out of control. So yeah, having that extra range and accuracy gives you that edge over people, because a lot of the time you'll see them head glitching. I don't know if it's a head glitch, but if you see someone stand behind something, it is pretty much just their melon that all you can see. I haven't unlocked the long barrel attachment yet, but when I do, I'll for sure switch the red dot sight out for the long barrel, just to have that little taster to see which one I prefer, but I don't know just yet. I still need to use the gun and unlock it. I'm not too sure if other attachments will benefit this, mainly because I haven't experimented with them yet. The FMGA maybe is another good option to have on to improve your overall damage and damage through walls. The fast mags, I don't see the need for that, just because it has such a slow fire rate that you could get 3 kills before needing to reload. The extended mags, that could be a good option if you're playing hardpoint and you're in the hill and haven't got time to reload. Having those extra bullets may come in handy. High caliber could be a really good option too. With that attachment, you can melt people. The things like laser sight and rapid fire, most likely never going to put on. That's just my personal opinion. The hip fire on it is good without the laser sight, and rapid fire, well, the power is good enough without it anyway, so I don't see the need to have that on it. So my overall opinion on this gun is that it is a pretty awesome gun. It can shoot over all ranges, and having the grip on it, for example, just gives it that extra accuracy for those longer gunfights. You can use it on any map and not feel at a disadvantage to the submachine guns, LMGs, all them good things. The only bad thing I can say about this gun is that the recoil can be hard to control at first. But other than that, it is a pretty solid gun. That's all for this video, guys. My next video, I'm going to be looking at the VMP submachine gun, which is a very popular gun at the moment, alongside the Man of War and the Pharaoh. That video will either be out towards the end of this week or at the beginning of next week. Most likely it is going to be in a week's time, so the start of next week when you see that, so stay tuned for it. As for now, guys, I hope you'll have a nice week and a nice weekend. If you have enjoyed the video, as always, please leave a like. If you do want to see more videos from me, then make sure you tap that subscribe button. But until next time, guys, this has been Mr. Bone, signing out.